In March, after the first COVID-19 case was reported in the country, government closed all schools, including institutions of higher learning. In order to cope with the disruption caused by the pandemic, Makerere University turned to online learning for almost all its courses. After 8 months, the National Council of Higher Learning has cleared Makerere University to allow continuing students to report for end-of-semester exams, slated to begin on 30th November 2020.
We have notified the students that examination will start on 30th and run up to the 21st of December.
The finalists are expected to finish their papers on 6th December, creating more room for continuing students.
Rating the finalists from the continuing student has also been a blessing for us. Instead of having all of them at once, now we have separated them. The continuing student will come. So the room that we used to have for all of them will now be concentrated for only that group of continuing students. So the rooms are there, there's enough, and when we were timetabling, we take into consideration this particular examination, how many people are there. Then we allocate the rooms to accommodate all the students while observing the SOPs.
Many of the students have reported and are preparing to start their exams following COVID-19 preventive measures.
As they enter, they will have to wash their hands, sanitize, and of course every student coming must be wearing a mask for the examination.
Since the majority of the students are reporting and the issue of space has been a problem before COVID-19, how will the university conduct exams? By maintaining at least 2 meters between students.
A room that used to take 100 will now take 50 people. So this is the arrangement we have done, and it will conform to the guideline given by the Ministry of Health.
And one would imagine that it doesn't make sense for students to follow SOPs while going to classes where they're going to be sitting examinations, but go back to their halls and business is as usual as it were before COVID-19. So how do you intend to handle that problem?
I would not want to comment on that. I would advise that you talk to the Dean of Students.
However, when we contacted the Dean of Students, she did not respond to our calls. NTV spoke to some of the continuing students who have already reported to the university.
Thank God, I'm finishing my semester, then next year will come another semester, another year, second year. And another thing is not good because you're in pressure of exams. Like, how am I reading this? How am I reading this? Tests are knocking, coursework, things are so hard.
We are going to have Zoom lectures, but some lecturers couldn't manage to do Zoom, and that means that there's still a lot of gap. So for us to cover up, since they're going to set a standard paper.
We might have saved time, yes, but it's most likely to affect our CGPAs because, as you know, in the COVID era, we've not been reading so hard the way we do it when we're at campus.
Amid the ramifications of COVID-19 on the education sector, government has okayed Makerere University continuing students to sit their exams. It is hoped that the same government will consider primary schools, secondary schools, and other institutions of higher learning to also sit examinations, especially for those who have been conducting e-learning. Sudhir Yarhanga, NTV, Makerere University.